guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be testing out a bunch of new makeup products that I recently showed you guys in my last Ulta haul, and I have pretty much everything that you would need for a full face. Not everything, but I'll let you guys know what's new and what's not throughout the video. Of course, I'll leave all the products listed down below if you're interested. I also wanted to quickly mention that I finally made a Facebook page. If you search up JuicyJas official, it'll come up and you'll be able to see some new updates that I post on there. I plan on doing some Facebook Live videos in the near future, so make sure you're liking and following that page just to keep up with me if you're interested. Also, don't forget to grab a snack and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I have my brows done, my lids primed. I'll leave what I use down below if you care. So I'm going to start off with the Anastasia Prism Palette. I only swatched this. I haven't played with it. I'm super excited about it. And you can see the colors are really bold, but it still looks like a really wearable palette. So I'm going to just start off with the shade right in here. This one is called Unity, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my lid just to set my concealer that I applied there. And I'm using an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush just to really pack in the color. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight my brow bone with a Morphe E36, picking up the shade right up here, which is Lucid. Oh wow, it's really pretty gold. Almost has like a little bit of like a light green undertone to it, which I know that can be kind of scary, but I really like the fact that these eyeshadows, like, they look a little bit lighter in the pan and they don't look like they're going to be really like intense, but they're actually really different when you actually apply them. For a blending brush, I'm actually just going to use this one from Wet n Wild. I love Wet n Wild makeup brushes. They're amazing. And I'm going to start by picking up the shade right here, which is Eden. And it's like a really nice light pinky peach shade. This is really pigmented. Holy crap. And I'm going to just tap off the excess and be blending this shade. I'm going to do it pretty much all over my lid and in my crease as well. Just as a really nice blending color. This is really pigmented. Zoom in. I keep like going so far away from you guys because I get so close to my mirror when I do my makeup, and sometimes, like, honestly, when I'm filming, I forget that I'm filming and I'm like, wait, I just spent the last 20 minutes blending and I was like this. So far, I'm really liking the colors. I mean, obviously I've only used a couple, but I'm really impressed. I love Anastasia eyeshadows. The Modern Renaissance palette is my favorite eyeshadow palette that I've ever used. With a different fluffy brush, this one's a Morphe M441. I'm going to actually pick up the shade Saturn, which is very similar to the one that I just used. It's still a little bit deeper and darker. I'm going to tap off the excess once again, and I'm going to run that pretty much in the same area where I just applied that Eden color. I'm just kind of deepening it. I'm just deepening up the color a little bit. Brain fart. Just running my brush literally in back and forth motions. Wow, this is a really creamy, pigmented, beautiful palette so far. I'm really loving these shades as well. Picking up the shade right over here, it's called Dimension. It's like a really different, I don't want to say purple, it's like a purple gray color. I don't know, but it's pretty. I'm going to be packing this on in the inner part of my lid. I'm dipping my brush in first, and then I'm going to use a little bit of my Smashbox primer water and spray my brush just so the colors are a little bit more vibrant. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. Are you kidding me? That's gorgeous. And by the way, I'm using this Urban Decay flat shader brush. I picked this up when I got my, I think it was my Naked palette. I'm kind of packing the color on in the innermost part of my lid. Not so much all over the lid because I want to add a little bit of dark color on that outer crease. This is beautiful. Like, I really hope the camera is like picking it up because it really is like just such a pretty different purple. The spray definitely helps. I always like to spray my eyeshadows to really give it like that extra pop. Just wanted to mention there is a little bit of like crumbly fallout with this shade right here, but like I said, it's happened to me before with other Anastasia shadows and just shadows in general. It doesn't really bother me like a whole lot. There's definitely some colors that I feel like are a little bit more than others, but if it bothers you, then you're probably not gonna like the palette. Just a little FYI. Using a different blending brush, this is the Morphe E17. It's a little bit smaller than the one that I was using from Wet n Wild. I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but we're gonna just go with it. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, which is Osiris. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. It's like a deep, really deep navy blue, and I'm dapping my brush in here very lightly, tapping off the excess like always. And I'm gonna just kind of work that on the outer part of my crease. This is like not even showing up. This color's like barely showing up. Maybe it's like more of like a color that you pack on. Interesting. Okay. I'm not even gonna bother trying to like do that, whatever. I'm gonna just take the shade right here, which is the black color. It's like a really nice matte black. I'm gonna dip in here. Definitely got to blend out those edges. I'm going to use a clean Morphe M518. Run actually a little bit of the shade Saturn that we used earlier on this new brush right on the outer edges of that color. I'm really happy with this palette. I don't know about this color right here, this deep blue color, because like I said, I tried to like dip in here and add it, and I feel like it's maybe one of those shades that works better if you pack it on versus like blending it out, maybe because of the shimmer in it or something, or the glitteriness to it. I don't know, but the other colors are good. Though sometimes like when I do like dark looks like this, I get a little scared, and especially working with black, but I always end up just trying to like add a little bit of product at a time, and then once I have the color that I want in there, I'll just go in with a clean blending brush and just blend out the edges, and I feel like that really makes a huge difference. With a different blending brush, this one's from BH Cosmetics, I'm picking up a little bit more of the shade Saturn, and I'm very lightly running that right in the crease area. I love this shade. I feel like it's a really awesome transition color. And it adds a lot of warmth to the look, even though it's kind of like a mixture of cool tone and warm. I really, really like it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just pop on some lashes really quick. I'm using these Violet Voss lashes. These are in the style I'm Sexy and I Know It. How cute is that? So I'm just going to go ahead and apply these. I'm not going to do any liner today, just because I didn't get a new eyeliner, and I feel like this look is just like really pretty, just like on its own. Alright guys, lashes are on. Moving on to the face now. I picked up the new Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. I'm not really sure how new this product is, but I know one of you guys recommended it to me on Snapchat, so I did pick it up because I've never really tried anything from Bare Minerals recently. Like, I've tried their lip glosses. I love their lip glosses, but like I haven't tried a face product from them in a long time, so I was like, let me just give it a try. This is what the packaging looks like. I absolutely love it. It's like really sleek, and it comes with a pump, which I love, and I have this one in the shade 18 Pecan. So I also did pick up the new Tarte beauty sponge. I actually used this already to carve out the concealer on my brows and like blend it out. This sponge is actually really good. It's super squishy and soft, and this was only $16, so I don't really think that's that bad. You know, the beauty blender is $20, so really great sponge. So I also have this new brush. It's from Real Techniques. It's the Blend and Blur. This is the all over face, neck, body application brush. I know it's like really, really big. They do have like one specifically for your foundation, but I really liked this one, just how big it is, because I feel like it just makes blending super easy. So that's what I'm going to use today. I'm not going to use primer just because it's like a first impression type of video, and I didn't get a new primer anyways, and I don't really feel like my skin actually needs much today. Like, it seems pretty normal. Actually, I lied. Let me just use a little bit of Smashbox primer water. I don't even know the claims of this foundation. I should probably read. I did 3 pumps. It says it's a flawless, medium to full coverage, lasts all day, creamy, blendable texture for luxurious comfort. Stay true mineral pigments designed for all skin tones. I have combination skin, so we shall see. Well, okay, I already kind of am not obsessed with this brush. It's already absorbing so much product in here. What the? That literally wasn't sitting there for like not even a minute, and it like absorbed a lot of foundation already. It does look really good so far, but I feel like I didn't get the full potential coverage because, like I said, this has like all of my foundation in it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't apply it directly onto the brush. I'm gonna apply it on the back of my hand. Oh yeah, that's way better. Oh wow. Yeah, that's 10 times better. This brush is so big. I actually really like it though. I think it's really nice. Very like high quality. Like it feels like an expensive brush. I mean, it was 20 bucks, but like it feels like a really high-end makeup brush. All right, I love this side. Like applying it directly with my finger and then blending it out, it worked out so much better than applying it on here. Don't do that. If you're like me, don't do it. And the foundation looks really pretty. It's kind of just like really light weight, medium coverage foundation. Has a little bit of like a radiance to it, not like a glow, like it doesn't have shimmer or anything in it, but like it gives your skin a little bit of like that healthy looking light everyday glow. I would say it's not a matte finish, but it's not super dewy. It's just like the perfect natural radiant foundation. Okay, for concealer, I didn't pick up a new concealer. I know I should have. Well, I did, but I just got a different shade. This is not like new. I've used it so many times on my channel. This is the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Concealer, and I have this one in the shade Light Warm and Medium Warm. Usually I'm the shade Medium Warm, but I felt like it wasn't like as bright as I like it, so I was like, let me just use my Light Warm shade and see if it's good, and I feel like it's a little too light for me right now. I really like how the Tarte sponge has like an angle to it. It makes it super easy if you want to clean up your eyeshadow, if you want to blend out your concealer under here. It's a really great sponge. For powder, I picked up the new Tarte Park Ave Princess palette. This is called the Chisel palette, C-H-I-S-E-L palette. I think that's how you say it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the two, actually, this shade right here. They're both really light. It's in the shade Enhance, and I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye area, and I'm going to use this Wet n Wild P65 brush. I'm going to go ahead and just set from the outer part of my eye to the inner part to avoid excess creasing, and I feel like that helps a ton. This is a really bright powder. Oh wow, this is extremely bright. Wow, this powder is really smooth though. It makes your under eye area and stuff look really smooth and like really soft. I need to set the rest of my cheek, so I'm just going to use a little bit of the Sephora Micro Smooth powder, which is like my favorite powder to set my face. And I'm using another brush from Wet n Wild. This one is the P60 brush. It's very white. I don't feel like I could use this in the summer. Like the light shades, they're just way too bright. Like I feel like they're too white for me now, and I'm like the fairest that I get like all year. So this is definitely more for like my very super fair skin girls. Like I think if you're a little bit darker than me, I feel like it's going to be a little too white, because you can see how intense it looks on me, but I still really like it. I like the way that it looks. Like the formula of it, it looks really bright and smooth, and I really liked the effect that it gave my face. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take these two colors right in here, these two. I'm just gonna bronze my skin first and see what these are all about. I'm gonna use a Morphe R2 brush, top off the excess. This palette kind of smells like chocolate a little bit. Oh wow, this is really pigmented. It's very warm, which I love. You know, a lot of people don't like warm bronzers, especially for contouring. Personally, I do. I don't know. There's a couple cool tone things that I like, but for me, like for my skin tone, I prefer something a little bit more on the warm side. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and chisel my cheeks out a little bit more with the LA Girl 104 brush. And I'm basically gonna use the same colors. I'm just gonna kind of concentrate the product right on my hairline and drag it down. When you swatch these colors, you can barely see them on your hand. But when you actually apply them, they're so much more pigmented. That's why sometimes you can't really go by just swatching colors and be like, oh, that's not going to be a good palette. Because sometimes it can be really good when you actually apply it with brushes on your face versus just swatching with your finger and applying it to the back of your hand. All right, for blush, I didn't pick up a new blush, but I really love this Sephora Winter Flush palette. It's one of my favorites currently, and it's just a really nice everyday blush palette. So I'm going to basically just mix these two shades and a little bit of this color right up here. I don't really use this shade. It's not my favorite, but I think the palette is worth trying even for the 3 shades. I'm using this brush from TJ Maxx. It's my favorite. Alright, and then for highlighter, I got this new one from NYX. This is actually really expensive. I was talking about this in my last Ulta haul. This is the Love You So, I don't know how to pronounce that, Mochi, Mokai. And this one is it doesn't have a name, I think there's just one. But I was really intrigued by this just because you get 3 really pretty highlighter shades. I'm probably going to apply, just to go with the look, this one right here and the purpley one. I would obviously go for the yellow one, but I feel like it doesn't really match my eye makeup, so I'm going to just use those 2. Oh wow, it's really pretty though. I'm using a Morphe M501 to apply it, and I'm literally just taking both and mixing the 2. You definitely do have to build this shade up. Like if you just apply a little bit, you're not going to get much. Unless you like that sort of everyday natural glow. I'm gonna just finish up my eyes since that's pretty much it for the face. I'm just gonna set once I'm all done. I'm gonna take this color right in here that I just used to highlight, and I'm actually gonna apply that on my brow bone. I know I used a different shade earlier, but I feel like this one matches a little bit more. I'm gonna use the tiniest little brush. This one's the Morphe 213. I'm also going to take that same shade and I'm going to dip my brush. This is the Wet n Wild P10 brush, and I'm going to spray it. I'm obsessed with this shade. It's really pretty actually. Using a Morphe M432 brush, I'm dipping back into the Anastasia Prism Palette, and I'm going to take the shade. Which color do I want? Do I want to do black? That's a little aggressive. I'm going to do Saturn first. I'm going to really press that color right on my lower lash line. I love this brush because it really packs color in. Then I'm using an e.l.f. contour brush for the eyes, and I'm going to just really smudge that out a little bit. I'm also going to take a little bit of the black color in the palette with the same brush. I'm going to run that right on my lower lash line as well. I'm going to use the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in the shade Very Black. You can get LA Girl at Ulta. I'm just going to be lining my waterline with this. Finally, I'm just going to apply a quick coat of mascara, and I'm using one of my favorites, the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. This is the time with my makeup where I would just go back and kind of touch up anything that I may need to touch up. Like, for instance, here I'm just adding a little bit more black and doing any other blending that I may need. Finally, for lips, I'm going to start off with this LA Girl Ultimate Lip Intense Stay Auto Eyeliner in the shade Nonstop Nude. I've never tried these before. I'm already loving it. I like how it doesn't break. A lot of retractable pencils for me, like from the drugstore, they always break on me. That's why I always just use like the traditional ones that you sharpen, but this one, so far so good, and I love this color. So then for lips, I got this new, well, it's not new, but it's new to me. I've never tried the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks, and I have this one in the shade Caramello. Oh my gosh, I love the smell and I love this color. So I got a bunch of new lip products if you guys watched my haul. I'm obviously not going to use all of them today, even though I wish I could, but I'm going to just top this liquid lipstick off with a gloss. This one's from NYX. It's their new Duo Chromatic Shimmer lip glosses. I really like NYX lip products in general, so I feel like these glosses are going to be really good. This one is in the shade The New Normal, and I'm gonna swatch it for you and show you how it looks, but it's literally the prettiest pink, has a ton of little different reflexes to it. It's so, so gorgeous. So I'm gonna just top this off. I would honestly just leave this on its own because I think it looks so good, but I'm gonna just see what this looks like. Whoa. This reminds me so much of like what, the Spice Girls or something? Isn't this stuff that they used to wear? I do not like this at all. I thought it was going to be so different. It's not even like a glossy lip gloss. It feels like a chalky lipstick. Okay, so I wiped off a little bit with my finger, as you saw, and there's a little bit of a sheen to it, to my lips, but it's like nothing as intense as when I first applied it. I thought this was going to be like really wet, holographic, juicy, delicious, but like I'm just not a fan of this. Maybe I have other colors, so maybe I'll see how that wears without a liquid lipstick. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe because like the liquid lipstick is obviously matte, it kind of like settled. I don't know, but No. Okay, the final thing I'm gonna do is just go ahead and set my makeup. I got this Japonesque makeup setting spray. I'm not sure if this is new. Personally, I don't really ever hear people talking about Japonesque, but I saw this. It reminded me of the Morphe setting spray because of like the hairspray packaging, so I was like, let me give this a try. This was $29, so like I have pretty high hopes for it. I sprayed this in my haul, and I said it then, and I'm gonna say it again. This smells like hairspray. Like straight up hairspray. Alright guys, so that completes this makeup look and first impressions trying new makeup video. I am so happy with pretty much everything that I tried, minus the lip gloss. This NYX Duo Chromatic lip gloss is like the only fail for me. This palette though, I mean, I don't even know why it took me so long to get it. I love it so much already. I can't wait to do more looks with it. I love how it's such a wearable pop of color palette. The colors are super easy to blend. I love how they layer. It's just a really great palette to have if you want to step out of your comfort zone but still kind of stay in your comfort zone and still be wearable. Like, I think this look is bold. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, but I really love the way that it turned out. So love this palette, and let me know what other looks you guys want me to do with this as well. I also really like this little NYX highlighting palette. I know it is pricey like I mentioned, but Ulta always has promotions. They have coupons and stuff, so if you can get this for a little bit cheaper than what it retails for, I do think it's worth it because the colors are actually really great. They're unique than a lot of different highlighter palettes that are out on the market right now, and I like how the formula is really smooth and like it's not glittery, and it's buildable. So if you like a really light highlight, you can use this, and if you like something really intense like myself, you can build it up. So love this. I also really love this Park Ave Princess palette so far. I think the bronzers are beautiful. The formula is super soft and creamy, and I love the highlighting powders underneath. I can't even talk today because I'm so excited about the products. I love the highlighting powders to set my concealer. Even though the powders were super bright, I just love the formula of it, like just the way that it looks. It's so flawless and smooth. So I think this palette is definitely worth it so far, but I'm gonna keep playing with all of these products, and like obviously the foundation so far, it's amazing, but if anything changes, I will pin a comment down below for you guys or in the description box. Make sure you're checking in there because I literally leave all the details down below, and I'll let you guys know how everything wore throughout the rest of the night. Also, make sure you're following me on my social medias, and I'll definitely keep you posted on new makeup, new videos, etc, etc. So let me know down below what else you guys want to see. If you've tried any of these makeup products, I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching and for continuing to support me and with my videos. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in a few days in my next one. Bye!